On Thursday, us three and Taurus went to the first Dude Perfect Stadium show ever.
Yeah.
What did you think of it, Ivan?
I thought it was really fun.
It was very family friendly. The audience was
Predominantly 8-year-olds.
8 to 12, probably, I would guess.
Yeah, I can say 8-year-olds though, so it's hard to say that.
Mostly boys. There were quite a few girls, though. And then their parents.
Yeah.
I think it was really fun.
And then Abby was the only fan there who was like older that we could find that didn't look like they had that they didn't look like they had kids with them because I don't think that many people are as fanatic about Dude Perfect as the younger children. But it was really fun.
Definitely in our area and out of the people I saw, we were the only 4 adults with no children with us. And the kids that were there were all decked out. They got the hats, the shirts and everything.
But about the video, primarily what they did is they did what they do on their YouTube channel, like breaking records. One of the things they did is they cut more lemons in 60 seconds or 30 seconds than anyone before.
They broke a world record while on stage, which was super cool. They started out doing like a normal challenge with all 5 of them. Then 3 of them progressed in the middle. They did another challenge with just the 3 of them, and then 2 of them at the very end. And the last thing they did was like the championship. Who won? Guess what?
Guess what? Corey? His name was Corey, right?
That was Kobe.
Kobe, yeah,
Whichever twin.
The twin, Kobe, the one that never wins, won. It was actually really exciting.
Very first stadium tour challenge, he won.
He said he has chance now of being 100% for all the stadium tours.
Well, he said that before he won, because now he is 100% for all the stadium tours.
He said he didn't.
Unless they've done a stadium tour since then, because I don't really know their schedule. But yeah.
But when we won, anyways, so the overview of the thing was they had that competition going throughout, and then they would do segments in the middle of it.
Yes.
And then so it was like one in the beginning, one in the middle, one in the end was that competition thing, and
that was really fun.
They told a lot of jokes as transitions.
They did cool or not cool, and the audience was allowed to vote, and that was really fun.
Yeah, that was really cool.
We liked that a lot.
Everybody got really cool things, except for this tall guy. A bunch of random stuff.
Yeah, everybody actually got super cool except for tall guy.
What's his name?
I don't remember.
Cody, I think.
Yeah. Tyler. No, Tyler's the
other
guy.
Tyler's
the guy with the beard.
The beard guy. He dressed up as one of the hosts that everybody likes.
They did Wheel Unfortunate.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. They ended up letting on bobbing for apples in mayonnaise, which we thought were gonna be really gross. But then because it's like bobbing for apples, it has to be water, so it moves. But since it's mayonnaise, it just stood still, so they just pulled it out, and then they didn't get a lot of mayonnaise. So
they had a lot of audience participation, and part of Wheel Unfortunate is they had an audience member do it with one of the guys, which I think ended up being Kobe as well.
Yeah, it was Kobe, and he hates mayonnaise.
Yeah, I think he's actually allergic to it. So they had a little girl come on stage, and she was a really good sport about all of it. One of the things
they wouldn't have him do it.
I thought his twin said he was allergic.
No, his twin said he really hates mayonnaise. They both really hate mayonnaise.
I think when they said he was allergic, I think it was a joke.
Oh.
But yes, yeah, so one of the
girl was a really great sport about it, though. I was kind of surprised they were gonna have an audience member do it, because one of the items on Wheel Unfortunate was eat a live goldfish, and I can't imagine having a 10-year-old girl eat a live goldfish. Luckily, that one wasn't chosen.
I think she would have done it.
Yeah.
But and then so they did Wheel Unfortunate.
They also had the kids participate in the bottle flip competition.
Challenge.
Yeah, those kids looked really little too, and they had them all compete against the cast member, or the guys. And the kids were really good at it. Most of them meet the actual guys right away.
Because it was Kobe that won that one too.
Yeah.
Kobe was like the star of the show when we watched it.
Yeah, he really was.
Because all the other guys got knocked out. Well, Tyler was doing the hosting, so it was 4 of them. And then Kobe was the only one of the dudes that actually won against the kid. So then it was the other 3 kids went on, or
Yeah, there's 3 kids and Kobe. Then Kobe lost to
Yeah.
one of the kids, and then the 2 kids went to the final round.
And then one of the kids won.
Yeah, and they got to break the bottles over each other's heads and
They
everything, which
had
is really
candy
fun.
bottles.
Which
Candy
they
glass bottles.
said, do not break real glass bottles over each other's
Because it
heads.
won't work.
They've gotten
They'll just
emails
get in a
about
lot of.
that.
And then so they did
I
that.
think a
What else was it?
criticism I have of the show was, well, one, they weren't used to live audience. I think they did really well for the first time, but there's definitely a few moments that
I
were
thought
a
they
bit
seemed
rough.
like a live audience, except for the DJ was kind of awful.
I don't know. I thought Garrett got up on stage for the first time, and all the kids
Yeah, but
wanted
it's for like
to.
the
And,
first like 3 minutes.
yeah, I mean, it wasn't like painfully awkward. I feel like it'll get better. The only thing that was really rough was the DJ character guy. Wasn't a big fan.
Yeah, the DJ was like, you know how when people are acting and it's like super obvious they're acting
was
and they're like really
overacting.
bad,
Mm-hmm.
and he was like, oh yeah, he had several parts during the middle of the thing where he was supposed to interact with the Dude Perfect people, and then he was like, oh yeah, like I want to be a part of this or something, and then he was like overacting a lot. It was really annoying, I thought.
It was painfully awkward. I felt like he played decent music.
The
But
kids didn't mind.
he kept wanting all the audience to be super hyped up in between sets,
I think that was his
and
job, was to
it
be
was
hyped. He did a bad
super
job of
super
it.
annoying. What the fun stuff they did was they did
The
dance
music he picked was
cameras,
fun.
and they'd have all the kids dance, and it was so cute. All the little kids standing up dancing their hearts out, like all the like more popular moves. And the only one I know the name of is like flossing.
They did all of the
Fortnite dances.
Fortnite dances because that's what the kids were all into.
Fortnite dances.
Yeah.
That's
That's
where
what
flossing
those
came
are.
from.
Yeah.
And that's
Flossing
what,
came from Fortnite.
yeah, all of the dances the kids were doing came from Fortnite.
That's a video game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a video game. And then in that, when you're selecting your characters, I think it like has the characters do a dance, and then flossing came out of that, and like. No, I think the dances kind of existed beforehand.
Yeah, most
They
of them
all
existed
they
before.
existed, but then Fortnite, anyone that gets on Fortnite becomes super popular.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, all the little kids know those, and they were all dancing. And then and then the cameraman would like zoom in on them and show them up on the big screen.
And then they'd stop dancing and watch
And
themselves.
then they'd be like, "Ah, there's me!" It was super cute. I like that a lot. And one of the little kids actually got up on one of the stages and did his little dancing with Panda, and that was super fun. I liked that part a lot better than the "let's be hyped, let's hear it, cheer some more." You know, you get tired of that real fast. I think everybody does. I always am though. So, but everybody always does it. So maybe I'm more harsh about it than most people. But anyway, that was kind of irritating. We got there a little bit late, but nothing had happened yet. So I don't know if it started a little bit late or not, but it was great for us because when we were getting in our seats, they were done introducing everybody, and it was
Well,
time to get
when
going.
she says late, we got there at like 7:08, and it started at 7. So I mean,
we were there 7:08
Yeah.
yeah,
because we were parking.
we
at
were
7.
trying to get there at 6:30, and then so we were like 40 minutes late from what we tried to show up. So I was like, we missed everything. But like I checked the time, and we were there at like 7:08, and then like everybody had finished sitting down. So I don't think we actually got there
And
late.
you
enough
can't
to miss
take
anything.
backpacks into stadiums. It's a good thing to remember. Bring your snacks in your purse, but not a backpack.
So they purse through. So if you want to bring snacks, well, I think that we could have brought snacks because it wasn't on the list. But then we left our snacks in our backpack when we put it into
Yeah.
product check-in or whatever.
But overall, it was a really fun evening. We had a really great time.
It was
We'd
fun.
recommend it. It seemed like all the families and all the kids were having fun. We had fun. I don't know. I think it's a good value for the money.
Yeah, it was really fun. It was like 2
Yeah.
hours, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That was really fun.
Yeah. I had no idea, being a fan of theirs, I'm not like a super fan, but I am a fan, that my peers of all the fans of theirs were so young.
Yeah,
So that was different. I wasn't expecting that.
but Jeremy and I haven't really watched a ton of Dude
Mhm.
Perfect, and neither has Taurus, and so like the three of us were like, what are we gonna watch? Because we haven't even seen.
Right.
We thought it might depend on us already knowing what had happened in the YouTube videos, but it didn't at all. Like if you're completely new to it, it's still a really fun experience. Like everything they did was
Yeah.
really interesting, and they were funny and
For-
captivating.
Yeah, for us, when we're like, oh, Dude Perfect's coming to town, let's go watch that. It's like, well, what are they even going to do? And I thought they would do Cool Not Cool because I knew that would work. But really, you can do a lot of stuff in a stadium surrounded by fans. They were shooting bow and arrows and throwing footballs and just all the stuff they normally do. And it works really, really well in a stadium setting, and I thought it
The
was
only
really
thing that they
fun.
couldn't do was the ones where they like try and do some impossible task, like dropping a basketball off a roof, or like shooting ping pong. Something that's like takes like 1,000 shots before you get it right.
Mm.
And instead of just doing it live, they just showed a couple cool clips of the ones they had done that had backstories that you normally wouldn't have heard, or they showed like mistakes, like of them like throwing a disc into like the PS3
They
like a
showed
bunch of mistakes.
blooper
It was really funny.
videos. Yeah.
So it was, you got the whole Dude Perfect experience, I think, because they like did all of the segments they normally do.
Yeah.
And the ones they couldn't do, they showed videos of, and then like brought more insight to it.
The
So it was fun.
Rage Monster was a part of it, so that was really fun that they brought that aspect in. I think they really have a good grasp on what's popular for them and what they do really well, and they hit all those notes. I think as a fan, you will get everything you want.
So if you're on the fence, you should totally do it. It's totally worth it.
Recommend it.
And if you're not sure if you can bring people along that don't know what's going on, you totally can.
And I think it's good for all age groups.
Yeah. So I think that's.
So
that's
we
all.
give it a 4-star thumbs up rating.
4 stars.
5-star. Wait,
Yeah,
what's a
4
good-
thumbs up. 5 stars.
5
Wait,
stars. Thumbs
6
up.
thumbs up or 5. 5 thumbs up.
Yeah, my other thumb's busy.
Oh, you can probably show it in the camera now. If you really try. No.
Nope.
No, it's not anything.
Bye.